everyone, and welcome back to the Blackfoot Book Club and another volume of my essential film reviews collection. Welcome back everyone. Thank you so much for being there. This is Edward Scissorhands from 1990, directed by Tim Burton, and my favourite all-time Tim Burton film. So I hope I can give a modicum of justice to my own written word for a magnificent, truly magnificent film. Following black and white credits through heavily falling snow against a snow globe type backdrop and an imposing mansion house on the hill, we fade through a window and into full colour and onto an older lady telling a bedtime story to a very young girl. The story is about a man called Edward and the inventor who created him. Quickly cutting to present day and a vibrant coloured, almost picture postcard type housing estate, immaculately clean and tidy, with multicoloured individual houses. A picture of domestic serenity. Sometime later, midway through the first act, comes Edward Scissorhands, Johnny Depp, and his first appearance. Arriving at a large gate overgrown with weeds, Peg, Dianne Wiest, enters to encounter a beautifully manicured and colourful inner grounds surrounding the house. Peg marvels at the colourful beauty of the manicured shrubs in the shape of various animals, and as the camera shoots her from below and up at the imposing gothic style house, we see a brief glimpse, a shadow of a figure crossing in front of the window. Another brief shot before Peg enters the house is through a manicured shrub in the shape of an archway. Entering the mansion with an Avon Calling intentional tension breaker. The mansion itself is a dusty, desaturated grey interior. With a short panning shot, we see unused contraptions and machinery, all of which will become clearer later in the film. Throughout these early scenes is Danny Elfman's haunting, almost ethereal musical score. Reaching the top of the stairs and entering the loft, a huge gaping hole in the roof is immediately evident as we follow Peg to an unused fireplace which is full of paper cuttings of a miracle boy and images of Mary and Jesus, whereby she hears the faint sound of scissors grinding together. Seen now for the first time in the film, Edward emerges slowly from the shadows, startling Peg, who turns to leave, to which Edward responds, "Don't go." Fully out of the shadows, Edward is now seen fully for the first time, dressed entirely in black, except for the long scissors he has for hands hanging awkwardly by his side. Simple cuts between the two, depicting a frightened Peg and a wide-eyed Edward, who responds to why he's here with, "I'm not finished," which relaxes Peg slightly to become more inquisitive. Where are his parents? Where is his father? He didn't wake up. Very matter of fact, and following a subtle and darkly comedic moment, Peg smiles as she says, "Edward, I think you should just come home with me." With a brilliant supporting and cameo cast, Alan Arkin is superbly deadpan as Bill, husband of Peg, and Winona Ryder excellent as Kim. Kathy Baker is hilarious as sex-crazed housewife Joyce, and Anthony Michael Hall very good indeed as Jim. Legendary Vincent Price also cameos as Edward's inventor. This Tim Burton joy of a film is darkly comedic at times, filled with pure Burton imagery, and the creation of Edward Scissorhands as a character is still superb 23 years after release. Very little dialogue, but Johnny Depp, in the first of a long line of collaborations with the director, is brilliant as the awkward and painfully shy Edward. His wide-eyed stare now synonymous with the character, Depp is so engaging and embracing of the character a future star is born, though it's very easy for me to say that now, writing as I do retrospectively here. His joint scenes with Kim are heartbreaking, his rise and fall, freak outsider to everyone's friend, to everyone's enemy, is expertly portrayed, as is the story as a whole, as the above-named supporting cast are excellent throughout. The film has dated just a little since release, however it's probably a further veiled compliment that the film has only dated a little, considering its long lifespan. With regular collaborators Danny Elfman, there are also 3 Tom Jones tracks, and all add so much, with Delilah, It's Not Unusual, and With These Hands. And Colleen Atwood's wonderful costume design and the great Stan Winston's makeup and effects, combined with some of the finest actors of our generation, and a story from a genius storyteller, leaning again on very personal themes of alienation, being the geeky outsider outside of societal norms and unable to fit in or communicate within defined society. This fairy tale story never ages, never fails to thrill, and remains my personal favourite of Tim Burton's vast, iconic collection of films. At just 105 minutes in total screen time, this masterpiece of a film retains a real magic for me as you submerge yourself into 2 very distinctive and different worlds. One a stereotypically 1980s prim and proper suburban world of manicured gardens and neighbours gossiping across the lawns, juxtaposed against Edward's exterior world of joy and creation, yet crumbling inwardly and desperate for acceptance. With a story by the director himself alongside Caroline Thompson, who also wrote the fantastic screenplay. Edward Scissorhands was the 2nd consecutive Tim Burton film to be nominated for an Oscar, with Stan Winston and V. Neal rightfully acclaimed for Best Makeup. My favourite Tim Burton film, Edward Scissorhands, from 1990. Oh, blimey, what a joy of a film. And I almost read that to my satisfaction. Blimey. Anyway, Edward Scissorhands, 1990, directed by the one and the only Tim Burton. Thanks for being there, everyone. Thanks very much for watching and for being there. I hope your Tim Burton world is spinning and surreally turning in your favour, in your corner of a Tim Burton inspired world. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you again soon. Coming soon, Ed Wood, my 2nd favourite Tim Burton film. And what a surreal joy that is too. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Peace.